helicopter out of Iraq, only to discover that she had become a national symbol of the American soldier in a polarizing war. Private First Class Jessica Lynch. Tonight, we travel from her tiny town in West Virginia to Iraq and back to Washington, D.C. to try to get answers to the story that has ignited so much pride and so much debate. A story that comes into focus as Jessica Lynch, tonight, speaks for herself for the very first time.
I'm Jessica Lynch, former POW.
Still feel like a soldier?
Yeah, I do.
And when people ask, were you a hero?
No, it's just I'm more of a survivor. I was like, you know, I actually am tougher than what I thought I could be or thought I was.
You thought you were just a girl from Palestine.
Yeah, I was just, you know, one of the country girls from a little small town that, you know, no one ever heard of her name before.
Palestine, West Virginia, population 350, where today Jessica Lynch considers every step she takes a victory. A mountain of metal shores up her body, steel plates along her spine.
Here we go.
The spinal damage paralyzed bladder and bowel. Rods and screws are piecing together her shattered leg.
You know, past the ankle, it's completely numb. I mean, it's dead, pretty much. I have no feeling in it, whatever.
And is there a lot of pain?
Yeah, it's more of a tingling, which causes pain. It's just a feeling that's undescribable.
Does this hurt? Every day requires a fistful of pills, and when she has to, even morphine.
I'm trying to control my pain level without the morphine. So when it gets really bad, that's when I'll take the morphine or just, you know, 3 Advils or, you know, something like that.
It's a beautiful prayer. This is her bedroom. It's a kind of shrine to the Army and to her comrades who died in the ambush at Nasiriyah. The room was built by the family she knows and loves from the hills and hollows of West Virginia, where the mountains invited a little girl with blonde hair and glasses to play hide and seek and imagine a world beyond. You said at one point that you go to the happy place.
Go to the happy place, yeah. It's just a place to get away. Just dream and think.
She was the quiet one growing up, but what she wanted, she was determined she was going to get.
Jessica Lynch's parents, Greg Lynch, a truck driver, and Deirdre Lynch, who works for a photo shop. They grew up in West Virginia, too. Her sister, Brandy, in her first year of college. Her older brother, Greg, also in the Army. Jessica was the fastidious child in the middle who once fractured her arm and insisted on a pink cast to go with her pink shoelaces.
Everything had to match.
Preppy. It's just very prissy.
The princess, laying out her clothes every night? Tell the truth.
Before school, yeah. Every day before school, I had to have each matching outfit laid out before the next morning.
You even say at one point in the book, I think that you would have done more things at school, but it would have messed up your clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, that and the hair. I wanted always the hair to be perfect.
At a scrawny 5'3" she tried to play softball. That's her, with the crowd. You hear them cheering. Go Lynch.
Go Lynch.
She couldn't hit the ball at all, but she just gave everything and had a big smile on her face all the time when she was trying to do it.
Her grades were B's. Her big honor, Miss Congeniality at the county fair. And her horizon, the hills outside her window. And how far had you traveled before you left for the Army?
Not very far at all.
One article said that you didn't get a chance to go to the mall until you were in your senior year, to a big mall.
Oh, yeah, to a big mall. Actually, to get out and see a mall, I was like, wow, yeah. Shopping.
Because the only store I saw in town was the Whatnot store.
Yeah, we have that.
So when you were sitting around dreaming of seeing the world, what did you dream it would be like?
I mean, I just think of, like, places like Hawaii and the beaches just, you know, and the water is just so clear. And that was what I wanted to do, to get away. I've never been to a beach or anything my whole life, so I was like, yeah, you know, that's what I want to go do. I want to go see that kind of stuff and get away and just dream of the things that I could have.
And of course, behind the beauty of the hills in West Virginia, 15% of the people in the county where she grew up are unemployed, 20% living below the poverty line. Did you know she wanted adventure?
Yes.
Her mom has a great phrase for it. It says, "What's on the other side of the hall? See what's on the other side of the hall."
Rick Bragg, best-selling author and the journalist who tells Jessica's story in a new book. He says in these communities all across America, the military is a merger of opportunity and duty.
People say, "I want to go serve my country in Palestine," and they don't roll their eyes.
A recruiter persuaded Jessica and her brother Greg to sign up in 2001.
And then whenever he said, oh, you could make, you know, $1,100 a month plus travel, I was like, yeah, that's me, yeah.
18-year-old Jessica Lynch heads off to basic training, her first time away from home, an adolescent testing her new independence. With her brother convinced that when it came to the work, she'd never see that through.
Yeah, he thought that. He thought I wasn't going to make it. And then, you know, that was even more to me, you know, to prove him wrong, to prove the whole community that I'm not just that little girl that wanted to match clothes, but I wanted to get out and do something with my life, too.
And your mom is quoted as saying,
I was just wondering where she was going to keep, like, her curling iron and...
where was she going to put her curling iron?
Yeah, they did. They busted on me a lot about that.
This is a tape of recruit Lynch hauling herself through an obstacle course. She runs the miles, throws the live grenades, and all the while is picked on by a drill sergeant who is testing her. No tears?
No.
Did you ever think I can't take this?
No. No. I wasn't going to give up.
And that prissy little girl left far behind. You did, however, have your glasses, your, what did you call them?
Birth control glasses. Yeah. They were big, dark, brown, geeky glasses. Huge glasses.
I saw your hat.
I was like, okay, no, this ain't working for me, but the more, you know, you do it, the more you get to like it.
Because?
It was just part of your thing. It was part of you.
Next up, Fort Bliss, Texas, her assignment, a supply clerk in the 507th Maintenance Company. There she is, barely peeking over that shoulder. You have to look pretty hard under a very big hat.
Me and Lori. Yeah. That's my unit. I'm so glad they took that picture.
Also in the back on the right, Lori Piestewa, her roommate at Fort Bliss. A single mother of two, a Native American from the painted desert of Arizona. A local news crew happened on Piestewa and asked her if she could handle going to war with her kids at home.
Very important to me, like knowing that my family's gonna be taken care of.
She was loving, but purposeful and ready.
She was confident about herself. She knew what she wanted in life. She knew what she wanted for her kids. She was just so proud. I mean, it was just, wow. It was just something I wanted to be, but I never could.
And did you think how remarkable it was that Jessica Lynch from Palestine and Lori Piestewa from the Hopi Nation in Arizona became best friends?
Yeah, it was odd. I mean, I would have never thought it because we were so different.
They make a promise to look out for each other no matter what happens. You re-up for 4 more years?
Yeah, to go to Hawaii.
But 1 month later, word comes that the tiny girl from Palestine will in fact be heading off to support the giant American force assembling on the borders of Iraq.
A deadly wrong turn into enemy territory.
They just kind of looked at us like, oh yeah, you about to be in trouble, you know?
The road to ambush. Private Jessica Lynch, an American story, will continue.
I'm feeling good. I'm taking new once-a-day Wellbutrin XL. And
Tuesday, scandal erupts when the gang takes a trip to Washington, D.C.
Everyone here knows Lydia.
Will Claude sell her down the river?
Torture's fun.
Or cover up and keep Kip quiet? It's sex, lies, and litigation.
She's on me like a raccoon on a can of beans.
All new Less Than Perfect after an all-new gym. ABC next Tuesday.
Once again, Diane Sawyer on Jessica Lynch, heading towards Iraq.
It is the military gamble making history. U.S. forces moving faster, further than ever before. 120,000 troops, 30,000 vehicles racing 350 miles toward Baghdad. And bringing up the very rear, the 64 soldiers and 33 vehicles of the 507th. They are not combat soldiers, but clerks, cooks, mechanics, hauling the water, spare parts, toilet paper, batteries. Under their banner, just fix it. The soldiers, most of them a cross-section of America's rural and city kids, many of them needing money. And most of them, like Private First Class Jessica Lynch, here reading from her book, seeing a land far away from home for the first time.
It's flat, dull, and yellow-brown. I got excited when I saw a tree. Trees made sense. All this empty space and loose shifting sand unsettled my mind and made me feel lost long before I found out it was true.
She is driving the truck that hauls a tank they call the Water Buffalo. You're in a 5-ton truck, 400 gallons of water you're hauling.
Yeah.
You're driving some?
Yeah. I drive that, yeah.
She probably didn't stand very much above the windshield when she drove it.
It was rough. It really was rough.
Sergeant Matthew Rose is her boss and rides in the truck with her.
Sometimes she could put on an act of being very blonde, but she wasn't. She was a smart girl and knew what she was doing.
Jessie, you know, steered her mom's 4-wheel drive pickup all over those roads. I mean, she could probably drive anything.
Each soldier has an automatic rifle, the M16, but their real protection is proximity to the well-armed combat units up ahead. They try to keep the pace, yet from the very start, their groaning vehicles are dragging them further behind.
You'd get stuck. Like every few feet, just dig out another truck. And then, you know, we'd keep going, dig out another truck.
Tires just
jamming, the sand was just sticking inside.
And in the convoy far ahead of Lynch, a sergeant looking back in her direction. Ruben Contreras, high school wrestler who joined the Army to get money for college. They first saw each other at Fort Bliss. Well, at least he saw her.
The first time he actually seen me was when I was sleeping on bleachers.
It took me about a week to build up the nerve to actually finally go and talk to her.
He was so much more than what any other guy that I met.
First date, Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
And
first
you?
date, and I fell asleep again. Yeah.
He says he called home and said to his mom, this is it.
Yeah, he did.
When the convoy moved out, though, you expressed there was just some flicker of a fear that you might not see him again.
Yeah, I did. I didn't have a good feeling about any of this.
The front of the convoy speeds on, while the tail end with Lynch and her truck at times can barely make 2 miles per hour. Desperate to catch up, they go with no sleep 2 days and nights.
You didn't want to close your eyes for 2 seconds you might, you know, it was just, you were scared to sleep because you didn't know where these Iraqis were going to be, where they were going to jump out at you, where they might be hiding.
At some point, your truck breaks down.
Yeah.
Where are you at this point?
Out in the middle of nowhere.
In the pitch dark night, the convoy is grinding past Lynch and her broken truck until someone pulls up in a Humvee. Lori Piestewa. What'd she say when she saw you?
Roommate. That was, you know, we never called each other Lori or Jessie. It was roommate. I jumped in the back of her Humvee with her and off we went.
They have no way of knowing that they're now just hours away from a deadly ambush because of an error by their captain, Troy Kent King. Take a look at the map. King was supposed to take this route with a left turn. Instead, using his highlighter, he marks the road due north, and so leads his exhausted troops straight into the seething city of Nasiriyah. The Army would take no disciplinary action against King, and Lynch agrees. Is that enough? Should there have been more for what happened?
I mean, I agree with him, though. We weren't thinking correctly. It was just, we were so tired. We were hungry. It was just a mistake.
And there would be still another mistake. The Marines should have been a fail-safe for the supply troops.
And we actually passed a Marine convoy, and they were just along the road. And we just passed them on.
But the Marines planes did nothing to warn the convoy that they were heading the wrong way into Nasiriyah, hostile territory.
But once our convoy started getting inside, the actual inside of the city, that's when, I mean, there was people just everywhere. They were just, you know.
Did they wave?
No,
Did they
no.
stare?
Yeah, they just kind of looked at us like, oh, yeah, you about to be in trouble, you know.
How'd you find out your gun was jammed?
When we were told to lock and load, that's when my weapon jammed. I mean, all the bullets and stuff just jammed up inside.
In fact, soldiers up and down the convoy found their weapons jamming. Nearby, First Sergeant Robert Dowdy. He's in charge of those bringing up the very rear. At 38, he's called the old man of the outfit, and he tries to fix her rifle.
I gave it to him. I was like, look, can you do something? And, you know, he tried pulling one, but he gave it right back to me.
There was one report that First Sergeant Dowdy had even radioed ahead to the captain saying, I think we're lost. I think that's a wrong turn.
Yeah.
His wife has said that she was given a military briefing, that they told her he had put his bag in front of you.
Yeah, there was one of his bags was actually kind of at my feet, so it was kind of protecting me. But, I mean, it was full of clothes. I guess it was much enough to save my life.
At this point, two soldiers she doesn't know, they're from another unit, leave their disabled truck and climb into the Humvee. So, behind the wheel, Piestewa, Dowdy in the front passenger seat. On the left side window, Sergeant George Buggs. On the right, Specialist Edward Anguiano.
So that kind of put me in the middle on the transmission hump with them on each side of me.
So they're on either side of you?
Yeah.
Weapons locked and loaded?
Oh, yeah.
And all of them now about to face the deadliest battle of the war. By the way, Jessica Lynch says she'd never been the kind of political person who took a strong position on the war. She just knew that she was going to go and do her duty.
They never even expected to see action. Now they drive into the heart of an ambush. Private Jessica Lynch, An American Story will continue.
Grand Cherokee, Liberty. You didn't try one of these, did you? No.
Maybe. They're tough to resist. During the Jeep year-end sales drive, get 0% financing or cash allowances and our 770 powertrain limited warranty on every Jeep vehicle, plus a Columbia sportswear jacket with special Columbia edition vehicles. Hurry to your Jeep dealer and see how good the best values in America can be.
America has fallen in love, actually.
Merry Christmas.
Time magazine cheers Love Actually is an epic romantic comedy.
Could you excuse me for 1 second?
It's nothing when it's my son.
He was more than a son to me. We could talk, we could relate. He was really my best friend.
He gave up his life for them, for me, for his family. He wanted to do this.
Do you think it's unfair?
You know, they took the same pledge as me. They're over there fighting for their country. They deserve the attention that, yeah, they're American soldiers too.
The young girl says she agrees that those soldiers should be the story too. She gets the attention. And we think that our sons and daughters are the heroes. Are they right?
Of course they are. Every 19-year-old that crawls into the cab of a truck and drives it into a war is a hero. How can you not be?
And indeed, Jessica Lynch dedicates her book to the 11 from the convoy who did not make it out of Iraq alive. And we too want to take a minute to remember their faces and their names. Chief Warrant Officer Johnny Matta, who loved adventure. Kathy Dowdy remembers her husband, First Sergeant Robert Dowdy.
He's going to put everybody before him, everybody, including his troops. It's the kind of man he is.
The best father his son could hope for, Sergeant George Buggs. Arlene Walters remembers her son, Sergeant Donald Walters.
He stayed out there and gave up his life for his fellow soldiers.
Specialist Jamal Addison dreamed of owning a computer store. and mechanic, Specialist Edward Anguiano. Less than 2 months after Specialist James Keel died, his son was born. Private First Class Howard Johnson told his father, "I've got a mission to do." He was awarded the Purple Heart.
I plan to just wear that daily as long as I'm alive.
Private Brandon Sloan dropped out of high school to join the Army. Just before he shipped out, Private Ruben Estrella Soto got engaged. And Private First Class Lori Piastoa, 23, Jessica Lynch's friend from the Arizona desert. In all, 394 American soldiers have died since the war with Iraq began.
From ambush to rescue, a new full hour of Private Jessica Lynch, An American Story, will continue after this from our ABC stations.
Channel 2 investigates whether a DeKalb County Sheriff's Officer put deputies to work on the taxpayer's dime. And get ready for a real cool down. Tonight at 11, following Diane Sawyer's interview with Private Jessica Lynch on the Channel 2 Action News Night Beat. Coverage you can count on.
They represent power and luxury, boldness and refinement, and all the features you would expect in a luxury SUV. But perhaps what they represent most is an intriguing yet difficult choice. Lincoln Navigator or Lincoln Aviator with 0% APR or $2,500 cash back on Navigator, 0% APR for 5 full years or up to $3,750 cash back on Aviator. For additional discounts, see your Lincoln Mercury dealer today. Travel well.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, what's up, Up and Mitt?
You know, if I'm going to help out with this big deal, then I got to exercise.
Okay.
I don't get this jogging thing. I don't feel like I'm getting a workout at all. Now get 5 Arby's melts for just $5 with beef oven roasted right in the store, so it's tender and juicy, not greasy. Then topped with hot, tangy cheddar. Hurry and get 5 Arby's melts for just $5. A deal this good won't last long. What are you eating today?
What would you do if you were all alone, having chest pains? Dr. Randy Martin shows you something simple you can do by yourself that could save your life. Tomorrow at 5 on Channel 2 Action News. Coverage you can count on. Channel 2 Action News this morning, 5 to 7 a.m. Live coverage of breaking news. The most complete coverage of major news from overnight. Plus the day's local forecast and triple team traffic. Channel 2 Action News this morning, 5 to 7 a.m. Coverage you can count on.
Scary. It was so scary. I just put my head down and I just prayed. Just pray it away.
Her brutal injuries.
I've never felt that much pain in my whole entire life.
The missing hours, what doctors say about a sexual assault.
That's the part that I hope that fades away forever.
And we go to Iraq to find the Iraqis who were there for her captivity. And we tell you the private war she waged against the enemy and despair. And what about the rescue? We watch the controversial videotape, some of which she sees for the first time.
But later when you saw that they had videotaped it start to finish?
Why did they do that?
The Jessica Lynch story, courage, controversy, and a 19-year-old girl. What does it really mean to be a hero?
A Diane Sawyer exclusive. Private Jessica Lynch, An American Story. Now from New York, Diane Sawyer.
Good evening, and if you're just tuning in, we welcome you to this special edition of Primetime, as tonight Jessica Lynch speaks for herself. 7 months after the ambush and dramatic rescue that ignited a national debate about her story and its meaning for America in a time of war. At the center, of course, all those questions about the courage, strength, and sacrifice of all the young men and women who head into battle. But as someone said, maybe courage is just fear that has said its prayers. So if you're just joining us, we're going to begin with a quick review of the journey that took a 19-year-old girl to the deserts of Iraq from a tiny town in the hills of West Virginia. Palestine, West Virginia, population 350, a place of economic hardship and home to Jessica Lynch.
Pretty warm.
A little girl who loved pink dresses and perfect hair.
They busted on me a lot about that.
She decided to join the Army for the $1,100 a month. and the dream someday she'd get to see an ocean or a beach.
One article said that you didn't get a chance to go to the mall until you were in your senior year.
Actually, to get out and see a mall, I was like, wow, yeah, shopping.
In her government-issue glasses and huge hat, the 5'3" Lynch willed herself through basic training. Later, her roommate and best friend would be Lori Piestewa, a Native American with 2 children.
She was just so proud. I mean, it was just something I wanted to be, but I never could.
So as we return, the two are in that convoy entering Iraq, in the back where the support soldiers are, cooks, clerks, truck drivers, where their vehicles are getting stuck in the sand and a wrong turn sends them into an ambush in Nasiriyah. As we said earlier, in the Humvee, Lori Piestewa is driving. The senior man in the rear of the convoy, First Sergeant Robert Dowdy, in the passenger seat. 2 soldiers from another unit, Sergeant George Buggs and Specialist Edward Anguiano, are on either side, while in the middle, Jessica Lynch, her rifle jammed, her heart pounding.
What was the first sound you heard? The first thing that said to you, this is it, we're under attack?
All of a sudden, just a lot of shooting, a lot of guns going off, a lot of just, it was, once it started, it was just a chaos. You could hear them bouncing off our vehicle. You could hear people screaming and just them yelling out stuff. It was scary. It was just so scary. You could see them on the roofs, and they were like hiding in windows. They were coming from everywhere. We had vehicles getting stuck, vehicles running out of gas, vehicles just, I mean, our weapons were jamming.
Around them, a violent sea of Iraqi men armed with heavy equipment, tanks, rocket launchers, machine guns. The Americans heavily outnumbered and outgunned. Their best weapon, 50 caliber machine gun, jams, and the gunner goes down wounded. The desperate American soldiers jump out of exploding vehicles, dragging wounded friends behind them. Others from the convoy remember it as Lynch does.
It suddenly dawns on me that there's someone right there shooting at me.
Pickup trucks with AK-47s and all different type of weapons.
I was almost dancing on the gas pedal, I was just standing on the gas.
For 1 hour, the battle rages. The 2 soldiers Lynch had just met, Specialist Edward Anguiano and Sergeant George Buggs, are firing their weapons furiously, the hot shells ricocheting through the Humvee. First Sergeant Dowdy shouts orders to rally the reeling troops outside and inside the vehicle.
I mean, he's telling Piestewa, you know, to go, to keep going, don't, you know, get scared, don't freeze up, just go. But also, you know, he was fighting back too. He was fighting.
Do you think if you had just turned and raced out of there, it would have been a different?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. We might have, but yet it was his duty of him being the first sergeant. That was his duty to make sure that his soldiers were taken care of.
How was Lori through all this?
She was so calm, so calm. It was like it did not even faze her that we were in this middle of this ambush.
And then at one point, he turns to Lori and says, go, speed up.
Yeah, he told Lori to go, get out of there. And, you know, at that point, I just, you know, what can I do? I just put my head down and I just prayed away.
What were you praying?
For him to save us, to get us out of there. It was just constant repeating, just, oh God, please, please help us.
Vehicle down, vehicle down.
And yet later, after it was over, out of the smoke and wreckage, stories would emerge that spoke to the mythic ideals of bravery. And one of them was a story about Jessica Lynch. The headline in the Washington Post, she was fighting to the death. In it, Private First Class Lynch is portrayed as a kind of Rambo. The source, U.S. officials.
Hard as nails. That's what they're saying about Private First Class Jessica Lynch.
She shot until she ran out of ammunition, shot several Iraqi soldiers, even though she herself had been wounded.
And this morning, she's recovering at a U.S. hospital.
These were the stories, but we ask her, what is the truth?
That you had fired your ammunition, that you had gone down fighting, that you had been there killing Iraqis to the end.
No.
When you heard that people were writing this?
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt in a way that people would make up stories that they had no truth about. The other 4 people on my vehicle aren't here to tell that story. So I would have been the only one to have been able to say, yeah, I went down shooting, but I didn't. I did not.
Well, you could have just let it go and said nothing.
I could have, but I'm not about to take credit for someone or something that I didn't do.
And it's possible there is another soldier who does deserve the credit, who went down shot, stabbed, and fighting. Sergeant Donald Walters, whose blonde hair may have been mistaken for Lynch's.
And, you know, he was a good man. He was a great person.
So just to get this clear.
Yeah.
Did you fire your weapon back, and did you kill any Iraqis?
No. No. My weapon did jam, and I did not shoot. Not a round, nothing. I mean, I'm ashamed. I'm scared. I was nervous. I mean, every word that you can think of, that's the way I was feeling. But yet I was proud. I was proud to be there. I was proud to serve with every one of those in that vehicle. I was proud to know them. I knew that they were there in my vehicle fighting for me.
And so what about the stories of her fighting?
Did you go down like somebody said, Rambo?
No. No. I went down praying to my knees. And then that's the last I remember.
A crash, a sound?
I didn't hear anything.
Blackness.
Yeah, it was just black, total blackness.
So what happened? The official Army report says that the Humvee carrying Lynch crashed into a jackknife truck at high speed while being strafed by Iraqi gunfire. Sergeant Buggs bled to death. Specialist Anguiano killed on impact. First Sergeant Dowdy crushed. Lori Paestua unconscious with severe head wounds. And also tangled in the wreckage, an unconscious Jessica Lynch.
Coming up next, waking up to a nightmare, surrounded by the enemy.
I kept repeating, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me.
On the road and stuck trying to get business email in all the wrong places? Get Verizon Wireless Remote Email Access. Stay productive and in touch when you're away from the office.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Now ask how you can save up to $200 on select wireless PDAs and BlackBerry devices.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
The man who did this was pure evil.
You're scaring her.
She needs to be scared, and so do you. I am looking for my granddaughter! Hold your breath right now!
From director Ron Howard. The Missing, rated R, opens everywhere November 26th.
Hi, I'm Gordon Elliott. Try this Campbell's soup at hand. This is chicken with mini noodles, so I like the finger. Boo. Oh. Do you ever skip a meal?
Yes.
Why skip when you can sip?
It's very good.
Let me stop you from making a snacking accident. It's the first microwavable heat-and-go cup with an easy sip lid. Let's try the corner office. You do risk management? Yes. That's a lot less risky. Taking the candy, it's an intervention. You'll be much happier with it. I've got all 11 soup at hand varieties here for you.
Excellent.
Ooh. Good afternoon. Make it Campbell's instead.
Our first Christmas.
You remember what I gave you?
A stuffed reindeer?
I think I did better this year.
A 3-stone diamond ring from Kay means 2 things. Every diamond is hand-selected, and she'll absolutely love it.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Allergy congestion won't ruin my life again.
Now, without a prescription, Claritin D decongestant tablets.
My doctor prescribed Claritin D, and now I can get it without a prescription.
Claritin D relieves even my worst allergy symptoms, my congestion, my sneezing, and my sinus pressure.
Claritin D.
Introducing the Kodak EasyShare camera and printer dock. It's the easiest way to get real Kodak photos right from your digital camera.
Thursday, Britney Spears. She's only giving one interview, and it's only to Diane Sawyer.
Did I just say that? I did.
Emotional, surprising, unplugged.
I have to ask a couple of things about Justin.
Britney even let you inside her New York apartment on Primetime Thursday.
In one moment, vows will be made.
You look amazing.
A serial killer's uncovered.
Find this guy! Oh my God.
And nothing will be the same.
Oh, you're out. What are you talking about?
New NYPD Blue ABC next Tuesday, 10/9 Central. Viewer discretion advised. Two families.
Drop the gun!
The FBI.
I don't think you're ready.
And the mob.
I care about all of you.
Locked in a battle between right
I'll do whatever is necessary.
and wrong.
Do not involve children.
How far would you go
You want me to kill the kid's father?
for family?
He's got a mother.
Line of Fire, premiering in 3 weeks on ABC. Viewer discretion is advised. West Virginia. Terror strikes the Lynch family at home. Once again, Diane Sawyer.
March 23rd. It's a Sunday. You're watching TV.
Yes, and I see a truck and had like a water buffalo behind it.
That a U.S. Army 6-vehicle supply convoy was ambushed by Iraqi forces in southern Iraq near Nasiriyah.
Jessica's mother, Deirdre, and her father, Greg Lynch, watched the horrifying news of the ambush. And then, that night, a state trooper rolls up carrying an Army officer.
I knew what he was going to tell me.
What did he say?
I don't know the exact words, but our daughter's whereabouts were unknown.
Mrs. Lynch says she races outside through the darkened night, screaming. Mr. Lynch tries to be her support, but as the terrifying days pass, he collapses 2 times.
Your world shatters.
And what about Sergeant Ruben Contreras? He is out with his unit and sees a list. On it, the name Jessica Lynch, MIA.
I just ran into the tent and lay down on a cot, threw my sleeping bag over my face and just started crying.
Next up on the news, a chilling videotape as the Iraqis display 5 American POWs, wounded, frightened, under a threatening interrogation. No sign of Lynch among them. But we do see a grisly display of bodies with visible bullet holes in their heads, while the Iraqi tour guide smiles at the camera. Back in Wirt County, West Virginia, yellow ribbons go up, and so do prayers. How did you make it through?
Love and support and prayer from everybody.
Prayers for a girl who 6,500 miles away lies unconscious in the heat and dust and wreckage. Lynch's book says 3 hours will pass, and then she opens her eyes. What's the next thing you remember?
Waking up in the hospital surrounded by Iraqis.
What was your first physical sensation?
It was just pain, constant. I mean, I even tried to get up, but I was just flat on my back. I
couldn't move anything.
Couldn't move anything.
Head even.
No, it was so horrible. Like, I've never felt that much pain in my whole entire life. It was from my foot to my other foot to my legs to my arms to my back to my head. I knew that if I felt that pain, then at least my legs, arms, you know, head, back, everything was still attached. But I seriously thought I was going to be paralyzed for the rest of my life.
Her first words to an Iraqi doctor.
I kept repeating, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me.
We found that doctor, Adnan Musharafawi, commander of the military hospital just 5 minutes from the ambush.
I assured her that we will not hurt her, and she is in hospital now.
Did you believe them?
No. I mean, who would, though? I mean, if you were surrounded by a whole hospital of Iraqis, would you believe them?
The doctor told us there is no question that Lynch was dying. At least once he had to bring her back to life. Her left leg completely shattered below the knee, her foot crushed to splinters, her right arm broken at the shoulder and again below, her spine fractured in 2 places, a lacerating wound to her head. And then the order comes from local Iraqi officials to take the wounded American to a hospital in town, 13 minutes away.
They took me from that hospital to another hospital where they took me into a room. It was complete darkness because the lights and everything were out.
You thought that they were going to take you someplace and torture you. She tells the doctor her fear of Saddam Hussein. And they said back to you, don't say that name.
Yeah, they told me, don't say that name in this hospital.
The doctors are frightened that Saddam Hussein's name will incite the deadly Fedayeen, who have a command post in the basement of the hospital. Even so, they struggle to stabilize the foreign girl near death in severe shock with horrible injuries.
I heard that they were about to amputate my leg.
They were talking in English?
Mm-hmm. I actually heard them say that, you know, they were amputating my leg.
Did they tell you why?
No. This whole left leg from the femur to the foot just completely destroyed. So, I mean, that's the only reason that they would do that.
Iraqi doctors deny to us they actually planned an amputation. But Lynch insists in some context the word was mentioned.
I started crying and screaming and just doing everything that I could to get them that, you know, the mask away from my mouth. And they just backed off. I mean, they just stopped.
Outside, the Battle of Nasiriyah is still raging, with the Iraqis setting traps for the vulnerable Americans. The Iraqis pretend to surrender and then open fire. While in the hospital bed, as the hours and then the days pass, the girl so famous for her determination in West Virginia wages her own solitary war.
I was afraid to sleep again. I was afraid of what they might do to me or what. It was a scary thought. I did not want to be sleeping, but yet I was so tired that I would just keep dozing off, and I was forcing myself to stay awake.
You told them you were on a hunger strike?
Yeah, I wouldn't eat any of their stuff.
You would only eat orange juice and crackers?
Yeah, but I had to see them open it.
Because you thought they might
poison me.
The other thing that must have added to this was the fact you didn't have glasses.
Yeah. I was straining so hard that I knew that, you know, who was who when they were talking to me. But from a distance, I was like,
It was just blurry figures coming in and out of your room.
Yeah.
Never much of a crier, she says. She even rations her tears.
Just for pain. But I was afraid to actually let it all out, like emotionally just, you know, cry. Because I was afraid, okay, if I do that, they're going to see that I am so weak, that I'm so terrified of them that, you know, they're going to win.
By now, a week has passed. She's wasting down to 70 pounds. Her bladder and bowel paralyzed from her spinal injury. Her pain at the break point. And the pledge that you take, where you agree to face fear, danger, and adversity with courage.
I constantly told myself, you know, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. I can't give up. There was no way that I was gonna just quit. Couldn't do it. I wanted to survive.
What did you think about?
I wanted to go to Taco Bell and all the fast food restaurants. I was so hungry, so hungry.
Hungry, too, for her old friends.
I was thinking about the family, being back home. Ruben, Lori, want to know how they were doing.
Not knowing that days earlier, right after the ambush, in a hospital room near hers, Lori Paestua had died.
When we return, a mission is launched.
I thought, oh, you know, here it comes. They're about to kill me. It's, you know, it's about to happen.
Instead, a daring rescue in the middle of the night that made news around the world.
Experience the extended version of The Two Towers in a special edition DVD.
Can you see the bottom? Mr. Frodo!
New and extended scenes.
This city has been reclaimed for Gondor!
New visual effects.
So Gandalf Greyhaim thinks he has found Isildur's heir.
Crafted by Peter Jackson.
He fears what you have become.
Exclusively for DVD.
Once he takes hold of us, never let go.
It's the DVD event of the year. Own it November 18th.
I had such a crush on you in high school.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wish I'd known.
Tom, usually a table for one. Until today.
You know, I haven't been dating in a long time.
He was so nervous.
Wondering if you...
I thought he could use a little help.
Excuse me. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but we'd really like to see you two again.
I'd like that.
I'd like that too.
Bringing people together. That's what Applebee's is all about.
If you want to keep clothes white, but don't want to use bleach, you have two alternatives. Don't get dirty. Or use the bleach alternative. Tide with bleach alternative. The detergent that whitens brilliantly without a drop of chlorine bleach. So it's your choice. Or Tide with bleach alternative.
Inside that microphone is something familiar, a battery. And while you might think all batteries are the same, consider this. When Bon Jovi puts on a show, the battery that powers their microphones is always a Duracell. So whether you've got 50,000 screaming fans or you're working a slightly smaller room, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
There are no gold medals for the 4x4 that masters Arctic snow. There are no championship games for fording muddy water. And there are no finish lines for the one that makes it over stacks of treacherous boulders. So why do we make sure every Jeep 4x4 is trail rated to such strict standards of capability? Perhaps the better question is, why doesn't everyone else? If it's not trail rated, it's not a Jeep 4x4.
Thursday, it's a night of extremes. At 8/7 Central, a terrifying outbreak.
41 Americans have died.
This time, the threat is in every American's pocket.
Poison was on their money.
A new threat matrix. Then, plastic surgeons give a woman with a cleft palate the confidence to smile. An all-new extreme makeover. And on a new Primetime, Britney Spears like never before. Emotional, surprising, unplugged. It's her one and only interview, and it's only with Diane Sawyer. A new Primetime. It all starts ABC Thursday, 8/7 Central.
TGIF Friday. How far will George go to save his Cuban in-laws?
Welcome to America, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
This is the Coast Guard. Swim! And all-new George Lopez. Then, after a new Married to the Kellys, country star Clint Black dubbed Hope in high school. Now he's putting the moves on her sister.
You're going out with him? Just like that?
You're totally right. Thanks.
A new Hope and Faith, followed by an all-new Life with Bonnie. All part of TGIF. Starting 8/7 Central, ABC Friday.
There have been so many contradictory stories about what happened to Jessica Lynch in the hospital in Iraq. We're going to turn now to all those headlines from a man named Mohammed, who even had a TV movie of his story.
In a recent network movie, a man named Mohammed tells a story of his brave role in the rescue of Private Lynch. He says at great danger, he sneaked into her hospital room to tell her not to worry. He says he saw a black-clad Fedayeen standing over her and slapping her repeatedly because he didn't like the answers to his questions. Here's what Jessica Lynch says about that.
Did it happen?
No. From the time I woke up in that hospital, no one beat me, no one slapped me, nothing.
You're sure? How can you be sure?
When I was conscious, I know that did not happen. I know that did not happen. And maybe it did happen when I was unconscious, but why would you slap someone while they're unconscious trying to give them answers, you know?
He also says that at one point he came up to you and that he said to you that he was going to get you help. Don't worry.
No, I don't remember that either.
He's got a television movie.
I heard.
So how do you feel about him?
I'm grateful for whatever he did to get me help. You know, I'm so grateful and thankful for that. I'm just saying I don't remember him. I don't know if he was there. I don't remember any of that.
And today, the doctors and nurses at the hospital in Nasiriyah are indignant about Mohammed's account, saying he's out for himself.
He's a big liar and should be hung by his ears.
They told us they watched Lynch day and night, and no black-clad Fedayeen bullied her. Her only guard was a low-level watchman. They also tell how so many of them worked extra shifts to help her, while caring for hundreds of wounded Iraqi casualties a day.
We treated her very well, and we saved her life.
And Lynch, too, has memories of their kindness, of the nurse who brought her clothing.
We are here to help her, and we are like a family to her, so nobody will hurt her.
And another nurse, she says, sang her a lullaby and rubbed her with talc. And she also remembers that the doctors undertook a daring plan to hand her over to U.S. troops, sneaking her into an ambulance.
He actually spoke English to me. We're trying to give you back to the Americans. They just put like a little cloth screen sheet kind of like over my face. They put me in the ambulance and they took me. And then I heard, you know, the bullet shots and stuff.
They were forced to turn back, the Americans firing at them, fearing that the ambulance was a suicide bomber. So we decided to go to Iraq to try to find the doctors and bring back photos and messages from those who took care of Lynch over the 9 terrifying days. It is a bed filled with sand to ease bed sores. It's the only one they had, and they gave it to her.
Recognize it?
Yeah.
It is the first time in 7 months she sees this room.
Yeah, that's the bed I was in. Of course, it was all, the mattress and stuff was all blowed up. And the little tramp piece thing is what I was trying to pull myself up, but couldn't. I had no way of getting up.
Today, it is called the Nasiriyah General Hospital, a bustling facility fully staffed by many of the same doctors and nurses who tried to help Lynch. We find the nurse she mentioned who brought her clothing.
I loved her. I mean, she was just, there was something about her that made me feel like I was safe.
And remember the elderly nurse who rubbed her with talc and sang a lullaby? We found her too. We asked the nurse, even though she was embarrassed by it, would she sing that lullaby again? The word is simply a soothing sound in Arabic, sung to babies.
That made me feel so good. I'm so thankful for those people, because that's why I'm alive today.
But there's a kind of shadow that comes across Lynch's face at the final message from the doctor who was her English-speaking link to the others.
I remember his voice, but his face just looked so different.
I want you to live a happy life and to forget anything about the war and what happened in here.
I want you to have a happy life.
Happy, normal life.
And forget anything that happened to you there.
Oh.
Not easy to do.
Yeah, definitely not. Wow.
Coming up next, from a never-ending dread to a vision of hope.
You had a constant dream. That was that somebody, an American, would come stand at the foot of your bed and say, "We're taking you home."
Yeah.
Saving Private Lynch, after these messages from our ABC stations.
One of the greatest crimes. One of the most respected reporters. And now the truth. Thursday, November 20th, a 2-hour television event. 40 years in the making. Peter Jennings reporting the Kennedy assassination beyond conspiracy.
All new tonight at 11, the mood in Buckhead after Atlanta police announced murder charges in a shooting that rocked the Bar District. Live coverage of those accused and one of the victims' ties to a media mogul.
Should you be paying sheriff's deputies to patrol private apartment complexes that have connections to DeKalb County leaders? I'm Dale Cardwell. That story tonight at 11.
Some cagey cats on the move tonight. How an entire community fears sent 24 Bengal tigers packing.
And parents plan to fight back after threats had some pulling their children out of a local school.
On the night beat at 11.
To release, press the red button. Note the 2-power mid-cabin doors and aft hatch. For added safety, 2 supplemental side airbags. And enjoy the movie on the DVD screen.
Take off to the Dodge year-end sales drive. Grab Caravan with 0% financing or up to a $4,000 cash allowance. Plus Dodge's 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Bye-bye. See you. Thanks for choosing Dodge.
Hurry to your Dodge dealer and see how good the best values in America can be.
Get 5 Arby's melts for just $5. Oven roasted beef plus tangy cheddar. 5 Arby's melts, just $5. What are you eating today?
The 7-passenger, electronic 4-wheel drive Acura MDX. Power and safety, living in perfect harmony.
John Pruitt, Monica Kaufman, only on Channel 2 Action News at 5.
And now, the rescue of Jessica Lynch. It was April the 1st, and it's hard to remember how frightened Americans were at that time, how badly the war seemed to be going. And no one knew that several sources had told American troops there was a young girl in the hospital in Nasiriyah. Intense planning would lead to a dramatic event, the first time a POW had been brought back from behind enemy lines since World War II. It would also become a drama that put Pentagon credibility on the line.
In the dark night of April 1st, scores of Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, Marines, Air Force pilots silently move into position. The first step, Special Forces cut the power to the city of Nasiriyah. Then, across town, U.S. forces begin a firefight, setting off an explosion. It's just a diversion. Minutes later, helicopters move in over the Saddam Hussein hospital, landing right in front, within the gates. And in a room on the second floor, Jessica Lynch is awake.
What is the first sound you hear on April the 1st?
I started hearing helicopters, and then there was just a bunch of gunshots.
And you thought it was Iraqi or American what?
I hoped for it to be Americans, but I didn't know it. And that's when I started to really panic. And then I heard them say something about where's POC Jessica Lynch.
She still knows that one word from Saddam Hussein and she would be executed. A nurse called Sahab was in her room, and he was panicked too.
They were like giants, with lights on their heads and on their guns. We didn't know what they were going to do with us. They were yelling, "Where's Jessica? Where's Jessica?"
And then I thought, oh, you know, here it comes. They're about to kill me. It's, you know, it's about to happen. And then, you know, the Americans...
Even though it was English,
yeah, it was just, I was preparing myself for the worst. And then once I saw, you know, the guys come in, and I was like, okay, they don't look Iraqi. And I actually had to, you know, see that it says U.S. Army on their uniform.
And what was the first thing he said to you, and what did you say to him?
You know, he said, you know, we're American soldiers, we're here to take you home and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm an American soldier too. It was obviously a dumb thing to say, I'm an American soldier too, but it was the first thing that came out of my mind. One guy actually ripped off the American flag off his suit and handed it to me, and I would not let go of his hand. I clinched to his hand because I was not going to let him leave me here. He was going to take me out.
We play the tape of the rescue. Jessica Lynch says she's seeing some of it for the first time.
I haven't seen any of this. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that guy tripping too.
You do?
Mm-hmm. And once I got into the helicopter, I still had a hold of that guy's hand. I would not let go of him.
You're doing great, Jessica. You're doing wonderful, okay? Welcome back.
Were you trying to smile? What were you doing?
I didn't even know they had a camera, so I was not trying to smile or anything.
You still look wary of them a little bit, am I wrong?
Yeah.
Are you just
scared?
Stunned?
Yeah, still scared, nervous. I kept, you know, telling them I'm hurting, you know, I'm hurting, I'm in pain. And of course they knew that, and they were trying to help me. I actually felt, oh my God, this is real. I'm going home.
Back in West Virginia, At 6 p.m., the phone rings. It's the Defense Department.
I actually answered the phone, and I gave it to Dad for Dad to take it.
It says in the book, you started screaming on April 1st, they found my baby.
Yeah. And I'm proud to be an American.
Somebody starts playing God Bless the USA as all of Palestine takes to the streets.
And of course, we ran in to watch the television because they said it was going to come across the television. And
U.S. Special Forces
rescued soldier is 19-year-old
Jessica Lynch
when she is safe, she's been retrieved, and some brave souls put their lives on the line to make this happen.
This now famous rescue is the event that would soon become a kind of Rorschach test for polarized American feelings about the war, with critics saying that the Pentagon used excessive force at the hospital, since everyone should have known the Fedayeen had already fled.
This was a script made for Hollywood.
Everyone was ready for a story of heroism. People were seduced.
Now we hear that it may have been less dangerous.
People ran with information that they shouldn't have.
There were even accusations of staging for the drama. One Iraqi doctor called it something out of Hollywood.
That this was just Hollywood stuff. They didn't have to use maximum force. They had no resistance of any kind, and that this was all done and filmed to have a good story to tell in the middle of a very, very dicey and worrying war.
Yeah. I don't think it happened quite like that, though. Anyone with, you know, in that kind of situation would obviously go in with force, not knowing who was on the other side of the door.
The Iraqi doctors have said, in fact, they could have walked right in. We were their friends.
They didn't know that. The military would not have known that. There's no way you could have walked in a building and knowing that there was no resistance there.
ABC News' Jack McQuethy has questioned the military about the Jessica Lynch story. He says the Pentagon does heatedly insist there was no way to know if that hospital was safe. It could have been an Iraqi trap. McQuethy also asked about the Washington Post story, which the department did not correct.
Army leadership made a decision after Jessica Lynch had been rescued not to set the public record straight and to come in public and say, well, she didn't do the things that had been attributed to her, would, in their view, have discredited her in a way that they did not feel was in anyone's best interest. So what did they do? They clammed up.
And finally, what about the unusual release of the Special Forces video? McQuethy confirms it was just irresistible, positive PR.
It was a good news story, and therefore they wanted to get it out quickly.
Later, when you saw that they had videotaped it start to finish, did you say, oh,
why did they do that? Yeah, but I don't know why they did that.
Does it bother you at all?
Yeah, it does. It does that they used me as a way to symbolize all this stuff. I mean, yeah, it's wrong. I mean, I don't know why they filmed it or why they say the thing they, you know. All I know that I was in that hospital hurting. I needed help. I wanted out of there. It didn't matter to me if they would have, you know, came in skirts and blank guns. It wouldn't have mattered to me. I wanted out of there.
And nobody questions that the men and women who mounted that rescue did it with courage and dedication. Not just for the return of Private Lynch, but the 11 bodies the Special Forces found in a grave near the hospital and returned to their families. And as of tonight, none of the commandos who rescued Private Lynch will comment or release their names, saying only they remain true to their vow, never to leave a fallen comrade behind.
So they are heroes to you?
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones that came in, they rescued me. Those are my heroes. Those are my true fact heroes. They risked their lives. They are my heroes.
Facing a mystery, a missing block of time, what doctors say happened during a sexual assault.
That's the part that I hope that fades away forever.
When we come back.
I'm loving it. I see like a mom and a kid enjoying a meal.
What a beautiful sight. They're keeping it real. Now at McDonald's, there are toys inspired by Disney's new movie, Brother Bear. Hi, Mom. I love you.
I'm loving it.
Starting November 20th, come to McDonald's for World Children's Day. For these 4 days, a portion of sales from select items will go to help children in local communities and around the world.
loving it.
Now you beat the egg whites on high speed until soft.
You, me, outside. We gotta talk. A minivan? It gotta be like, what kind of action do you think we're gonna get in a minivan? You might as well walk around in a skirt. We had game then. And then you go and... Nice. It's got a big back seat.
The Odyssey from Honda. Sometimes you need a little help staying in the game. Introducing new Levitra. It's a new choice. And it's here now. Ask your doctor if a free sample is right for you. Ask about new Levitra.
Master and Commander is taking the critics by storm. Rolling Stone magazine raves Russell Crowe is every inch the hero. And Roger Ebert cheers, it's just plain glorious. Master and Commander, rated PG-13, Friday.
Hey, Max, great party. But won't you get caught?
No, I have them all the time.
How do you get away with it?
Tidy cats.
Ew. Actually, some of your friends are messy.
No, Tidy Cat's cat litter. It's formulated for multiple cat homes and a few extra cats they might not know about. They're home early. Everyone out! They'll never know.
Tidy Cats. Multiple strength for multiple cats.
Where'd everybody go?
It's not what you think.
Are we done?
Britney Spears in the Zone, Monday, 8, 7 Central. And this Thursday, Britney's with Diane Sawyer in her one and only interview on Primetime.
I mean, I had to stand up for you.
You stood there? You felt the need to find excuses for who I am?
No, it was...
Do you understand the damage you've caused now?
Damage? No.
Do you? When you're with us, you're with us.
Line of Fire, premiering in 3 weeks at 10/9 Central on ABC. Viewer discretion is advised.
Right now, you're hearing from Jessica Lynch. Tonight on Nightline, you'll hear from 2 other American soldiers, best friends who went to war together, saw their lives forever change.
DVD navigation, keyless ignition, and laser-assisted cruise control. Are we getting ahead of ourselves? Or is everyone else standing still? The FX from Infinity.
Play it to the max.
Oh, yeah.
Come on and spin it.
Oh, yeah.
Take it to the top.
Oh, yeah.
Don't wait another minute.
Oh, yeah.
You know you got to get to Harrah's. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can win a brand new Chevy Silverado every Saturday during Harrah's Big Cash Big Trucks giveaway. Use your Total Rewards card to enter now, and you could win big cash prizes or a new Chevy. Only at Harrah's Cherokee.
You know you got to get to Harrah's. Oh, yeah.
Little slice of heaven.
Can you say Longhorn?
You know where to get it.
Can you say Steakhouse, baby?
Tender, juicy Flo's filet.
A little slice of heaven, baby.
Sliced and served over sauteed portobello mushrooms or over fresh grilled vegetables with a light soy butter glaze.
You say I'm impressed.
Ooh, you gonna love them.
You know there's only one.
One's all you need.
Steakhouse in the Longhorn way.
Get a slice of the best.
Can you say Longhorn? Longhorn. Can you say
Steakhouse, baby.
If you could do it all over again, would you? Mercury Mountaineer owners would. For the second year in a row, Mountaineer has the highest owner loyalty in its class. With a car-like ride, disappearing third-row seat, and no-charge leather seating surfaces. And now you can also get 0% APR for 5 full years or up to $47.50 cash back. For additional discounts, see your local Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
Since her rescue, Jessica Lynch has been through so many painful surgeries, most of them while clutching a teddy bear. But her book suggests that in addition to the wounds we know about, there might have been another wound, so brutal that there's nothing that can reach into her memory to make it heal.
This is home video from months ago, taken by Jessica Lynch's mother at Walter Reed Hospital in Washington, as her daughter was just beginning to put pressure on her smashed spine and foot. Another of her friends from the 507th had flown in to be at her side, Corporal Regina Bacon.
With all that pain she went through, I've never seen her shed a tear. From surgeries, from going to table, I feel like I cried more than she did. That proves that Jessica, she's very tough.
Lynch can now take 40 steps without crutches.
Excellent.
I gotta keep telling myself, yeah, I can do this, I can.
Dance with me.
Her spine is still damaged, no one knows how long.
You say that because of the injury in your spine, that your kidneys, bowels weren't working properly. They tried to stimulate them electronically. Didn't work. It was devastating.
Yeah, it is devastating. No, it didn't work.
What now?
Just time. Time will tell if it comes back or not.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Whatever her visible injuries, her book tells of yet another one. Something, it says, that could have happened in a period she doesn't remember, in the time before the hospital and right after the crash. The exact words that the medical record shows, quote, she was a victim of anal sexual assault. That her body armor and bloody uniform were found in a house near the ambush site. I spoke with Dr. Greg Argyros, Lynch's doctor at Walter Reed, who told me there is, of course, an element of speculation, but confirmed that the medical record from her first examination by American doctors in Germany does show agreement by physicians on, quote, the traumatic nature of her perianal lesions. Lynch and her family remember the day the doctors brought them this news.
It was just, like they were speaking, but they weren't speaking to me.
The family asked if I approached the subject with her to do it without graphic words.
What did you think when you heard it?
I just remember, looking off into space, not reacting to anything.
Was it a hard decision to put it in the book?
Yeah, it was, because I have no memory of that, and I don't want people to look at me in a shameful way, which I had no control over if it did even in fact happen. But, if it did happen, then people need to know that that's what kind of people that they are, and that's how they treat the female soldiers that are over there.
Rick Bragg, the author of the book, says Jessica did have reservations about putting these passages in.
Why did you decide to put in those paragraphs about what happened in those 3 hours?
Well, I think we had to.
Why?
Because to leave it out would leave out the consequence. You could have written a fairy tale about the princess goes off to war. That's like watching old war movies when people get shot and they don't bleed, or people get hit in the jaw and they don't fall down. Jessica got hit in the jaw and fell down.
For their part, the doctors in Iraq say that the American military physicians simply must have it wrong.
No acute signs of rape.
While the Iraqi doctors admit they did not examine Lynch for rape specifically, they insist they saw no evidence of sexual assault while preparing her for surgery. And as for her clothing, the Iraqis say, if it was found in other locations away from the ambush, it was probably looted for souvenirs from the bombed-out military hospital.
You really wonder whether it happened? You don't necessarily believe it?
It's all kind of questionable. I don't. It's all too painful.
Any chance that the military spin artists are spinning you?
Look, I don't think so, because I don't think any of this helps them.
To make her, I guess, more in need of rescue, to make the Iraqis more the enemy?
Why not leak it out at the beginning, if that's true, so they could have milked it all along?
And indeed, 2 other POWs have now confirmed that during their captivity, they were brutally beaten. So once again, the question, is there something buried in Jessica Lynch's memory?
Is it work to keep it from coming back? Do you think sometimes do you feel some memory you don't want coming back and you have to fight it away?
No. I don't want to have any at all memory ever for that to come back so I can remember that. I don't want that. That's the part that I hope that fades away forever and I never, ever, you know, recall any of that.
Jessica's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Lynch, say that they want to express gratitude for all her hospital care, from Walter Reed to Germany to the Fisher House, where they stayed in D.C. And they say that they continue to support the war, despite everything that happened to their daughter.
When we come back, memories to keep going home.
I had no idea that, you know, that community could come out and have so much love and support for just one person that probably half of them didn't even know.
Channel 2 investigates whether a DeKalb County Sheriff's major broke the rules he wrote.
And the new risk to your privacy if you're searching for jobs online.
Plus, this may be our last warm night for quite a while. The dramatic temperature drop to come tonight at 11.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Absolutely.
He helped me pick this up.
This holiday, how can you possibly thank the woman who always believed in you? A K Jewelers 3-stone diamond necklace would be a great start. And you can be assured of two things. First, that every K diamond is hand-selected for exceptional beauty. And second, that she'll absolutely love it.
Can I give you folks a lift?
Every kiss begins with K.
On November 21st, Dr. Seuss's classic tale...
This is why I don't have children.
...comes to life.
Let the 12-year-old try!
Like never before.
This is awesome!
Mike Myers, The Cat in the Hat, rated PG, starts November 21st.
If you've made the important decision to quit smoking, call the American Cancer Society and join millions of others for the 27th Annual Great American Smokeout on November 20th. It took me years to finally quit. Unlike me, you now have effective tools to quit, including FDA-approved products and telephone support through the American Cancer Society. I wouldn't play golf without the right clubs in my bag. To stop smoking, you need the right tools, too. Brought to you by Nicoderm CQ, Nicorette, and Commit.
Look out, you got 3 irresistible Pizzone pizza recipes. Now 1 for just $5.99 or 2 for $10.99. Is it the pepperoni lovers with mucho pepperoni, the meat lovers Pizzone with 5 kinds of savory meats, or the classic Pizzone with a medley of toppings? The Pizzone, only at Pizza Hut.
Now this is multitasking. Relieving stress while I take a shower.
Introducing Aveeno Stress Relief Body Wash. This moisturizing cleanser with natural extracts is shown to calm and relax. New Aveeno Stress Relief Body Wash.
I'm back. Buy T3, now on DVD. Terminator versus Terminator. Only one will be left standing. With revealing new footage. Buy Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, now on DVD. It is time.
It still brings a smile to her family's face that in her first call after her rescue, Jessica Lynch wondered if her story might make the Wirt County paper, a small weekly back home. She had no idea.
I never thought, you know, that our little community even had that many people, you know, sciences and, you know, Jessica welcome home and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, they were behind me all this time. And I had no idea that, you know, that community could come out and have so much love and support for just one person that probably half of them didn't even know.
Great to be home. I would like to say thank you to everyone who hoped and prayed for my safe return.
Nervous. I was so nervous.
And yet at one point in the speech, you look over and you smile.
Reuben, you never let me give up.
She was looking at Sergeant Reuben Contreras, who says he remembers seeing her for the first time after she returned alive.
I wanted to hug her, but I didn't really know like how much pain she was in.
You're my inspiration, and I love you.
I love him so much. I just want him to know that.
Reuben said to us, you're going to be married in June.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a scoop here?
Yeah. No, we're going to leave it at that. It's going to be in June.
In the meantime, Lynch is still living in the house expanded by the local community, who came up with $50,000 of their own money to do it. She says she's starting a foundation for military children and for those nearby.
I want to do something for the whole community, just to show them that I appreciate everything that they've done for me.
Communities all over this nation that send their children off to become heroes.
Just to show them that I...
Children like Jessica Lynch, who don't know what's ahead when they pledge allegiance to the flag.
One nation, under God, indivisible, which you thought sounded like...
Invisible. Yeah, at that time I did think. I thought it said invisible. I finally know what the pledge is about. It's not just about flags and presidents. I also know that the price tag for all of it is high, so high. Serving your country isn't just putting on a uniform. It's putting on a uniform and putting your life at risk. It's being scared, so scared. It's being hurt so bad you think you're going to die. It's trying to hang on to hope. It's remembering, even when you can't fight or hide or run away, that you are still a soldier. Mostly, it's loss. It's losing someone you love, like I lost Lori Payesto, my friend. My heroes are Lori, the soldiers that are over there, the soldiers that were in that car beside me, the ones that came and rescued me. I don't look at myself as a hero. I'm just a survivor.
And that's it for us on this very special Veterans Day. We'll see you again this coming Thursday for another edition of Primetime. Good night.
This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
The 23 women are back and the claws are out. The Bachelor Women Tell All. ABC Wild.
A double murder in Buckhead. Now murder charges filed in the crime and what the deadly shooting means for people hoping to enjoy the popular bar district. Next.
Surviving a heart attack alone. Tomorrow at 5 on Channel 2.
Across America with mega jackpots. It's Mega Millions.
And good evening, everybody. I'm Glenn Burns. It's Tuesday, November the 11th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $70 million. Earlier, we halted the drawing due to technical difficulties, and now we continue. Our first winning number is 2. Up next, we have 22, followed by 5. Up next is 21. Then we have 17. Now for the Mega Ball. Here's tonight's Mega Ball winning number. It's 43. Our winning numbers are 2, 22, 5, 21, 17, and the Mega Ball is 43. If nobody matches all 6 numbers, Friday's jackpot could be worth $82 million.
John Pruitt, Monica Kaufman. Only on Channel 2 Action News at 5. Live, local,